Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video in which we are going to learn about Java PrintStream class with the help of examples. So guys, the PrintStream class of the Java IO package can be used to write output data in a commonly readable form, that is text, instead of bytes. So far we have seen the input stream and output stream classes that uses bytes in order to read and write data into the external file, but this PrintStream class is used in order to write the output data in a commonly readable form, that is text over here, instead of bytes. Now let us check the working of the print stream over here. So unlike other output streams, the print stream converts the primitive data, that is integer or characters, into the text format instead of bytes over here. So we had seen previously that we were getting the integer data type when we were reading using the buffered input stream class, and we were converting that integer to a character. But when we are using the print stream, the integer or the characters are automatically converted to the text format instead of the bytes, and then after that it writes that formatted data to the output stream. So this we are going to check with the help of examples. So over here the print stream class does not throw any input or output exception. Instead we need to use the checkError method to find any error in it. So basically we don't need to provide the try catch block when we are using the print stream class, but we have to use the checkError method in order to check whether there is any exception that is occurring. So guys, let us check the methods of the print stream with the help of examples over here. Now in the Eclipse IDE, what we have to do is, the very first thing I will show you is a simple System.out.println, and I will explain you the content of this print statement over here. So basically this system is the built-in class. As you can see, Java lang system, the system class contains several useful class fields and methods, and then after that this out, as you can see, this is the standard output stream and it belongs to the print stream. So since it belongs to this print stream class, we can use the println method which is present inside the print stream class over here. You can see this, see the println methods in class print stream. So basically all the methods that are coming after this out, it belongs to the print stream class. And then what we can do is simply we can provide some string over here. Let's say I provide the name of this YouTube channel, that is Programming for Beginners, and then I'll save this file and try running this code now. So guys, as you can see, Programming for Beginners is getting printed over here, and this is the basic functionality of the println statement by using the System.out.println. Now guys, what is the difference between println and print? Now this println method will help us to print a particular string or any content that we provide as the parameter over here, and then after that it will go to the next line. So let's say I have another print statement over here. I provide println, and then let's say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, this second line, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, is being printed on the second line. That's because we have used the println method over here. What if we simply use the print method? So in this case, the control flow will not go to the next line while printing the content of this parameter that we have provided. So let me just show you. I'll save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, Programming for Beginners, and then we do not have the next line. That's because we have used the print method over here. The control flow continues with the parameter that we want to print in the second line of code over here. And guys, this is the main difference. The println statement help us in order to go to the next line in the console, whereas the print statement will not go to the next line in the console. Now guys, let us check the examples with the print stream class. So over here I will provide print stream. So we have print stream over here, and then let's say I provide the object name as PS followed by equal to new operator, and then again we have the print stream over here. So print stream is having the multiple constructors over here. In different constructors there are different parameters. So first parameter is the file, then we have output stream, we also have the string file name. So we are going to use this third parameter. That's because we only have to provide the path of the file where we want to write the content. So I will provide this, and then inside the double quotes I will provide the directory path. So we have Java tutorial file over here, and we also have the test file from which we read the content. So I'm going to create a third file, that is the output file over here. So I will just copy this directory path. So I'll just copy this and paste this over here, and then after that I will provide the name of the file, that is output.txt over here, and at the end I will provide the semicolon. Now guys, it is very important to handle the exception. So as you can see, we are getting the error unhandled exception type file not found. So I will simply select the second option, that is surround with try catch block, so that we don't get any exceptions over here. Now guys, let's say I want to write into this output file. So what we have to do is, as you can see, we have the print statement. Similar to how we have printed the content on the console, we can use the print method or the println method in order to print the data into the output stream. And as I have told you, the difference is this print method prints the specified data to the output stream, whereas the println, it prints the data to the output stream along with the new line character at the end. So guys, this is the important difference. So what we are going to do is, I will provide PS followed by dot, and then I will say print over here, and then I will provide the statement as this is test line. And then guys, after that what we will do is, we will close the connection by using ps.close method over here. So let me just save this file and try running this code. After running this code, we will get the third file over here, that is the output file, and it should have this content, that is this is test line. So I'll run this code now. So as you can see, this is saying terminated. That means the program has been executed. Now I will go to this directory. As you can see, there is an output file that is being displayed. I'll open this file. As you can see, this is a test line is being printed over here. Now guys, what I will do is, I will have another line. So I will just copy this and paste this over here. This is another line. And then guys, in the first line I want to put a full stop at the end, so I'll put full stop in both the lines over here. And then after that, in order to confirm whether the content has been written in the file or not, I'll provide a print statement over here on the console. So we have file written successfully. So guys, this statement will help us in order to confirm that the program execution has been completed. Let me just save this file and try running this code now. So as you can see, file written successfully. I will go to this directory. I'll open this output file. As you can see, this is test line and this is another line, that is a second line that we have added. Now guys, important thing, both the lines are on the same line in the notepad file. As you can see, on a single line, both the text is being displayed. Now what if I want this line, that is this is another line, to be on the next line? What I can do is, instead of print statement, I can use the println statement as I have explained to you. So over here on the first line, I have provided the println method. So the control flow will go to the next line, and on the next line, this line should get printed. So let me just save this file and try running this code now. So we see file returned successfully. I'll go to this directory. I'll open the output file. As you can see, this is another line is coming on the new line over here. And guys, this is the main difference between print and println. Guys, apart from this, we have another method over here. So if I show you, we have something called as printf. The printf method can be used to print the formatted string. So let's say we have a particular format. So what I will do is, on the second line as well, I will provide the println, so that the third line that we are going to print now, it comes on the new line. So what we will do is, we will say ps.printf. So we have something called as printf method over here, which can write the data in a particular format. So the very first method we are going to use, and what is the format? We have to provide the string over here. I will say my age is, and then let's say I want to provide 25, but this is the static string. The age can be anything. So what I can do is, I can provide %d over here, which means it is going to take integer as the arguments. So what are the arguments? I can simply provide 25 over here, and then after this semicolon. So guys, what is happening over here is, I am providing 25, that is number over here, and this my age is %d. This %d will check whether there is an argument over here, and yes, we are providing the argument. So the same argument will be provided over here as the %d. So let me just save this file and try running this code now, so that you can see this content in the output file. So file returned successfully, and over here in the output file, as you can see, my age is 25. You can have any other number over here. So instead of 25, or else you can have the variable name as well over here. So let's say I have another variable, that is int age, and I provide the age as 22 years. So we have age is equal to 22, and this age variable I can provide in this as a parameter, that is the second parameter of the printf method. And let me just save this file and try running this code now. Over here, 22 should be the age that should be printed in the file. So over here, file returned successfully. I'll go to the output file. As you can see, my age is 22. So guys, in this way you can easily use the printf method as well in order to format your string in a particular way. You can also take this age from the user by using the scanner class or any other classes as well, which takes the input from the console. Guys, apart from this, there are many other methods that you can use using the PrintStream object over here. So when we put PS followed by dot, so as you can see, there are multiple methods over here which can be used based on your requirements. So guys, practice on your own so that on different inputs you get different outputs. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is Java reader class with the help of examples. So stay tuned.